want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Acts chapter 1, verse 10 and 11. I was in a Bible study one day and someone mentioned these two men in white were Moses and Elijah. How did this person reach the conclusion? If they were them, wouldn't Peter, James, and John had known them and said something? Great question. Because per the question in Matthew chapter 17, when Jesus goes on the Mount of Transfiguration, Peter, James, and John see two men with Jesus, and they immediately recognize that that is Moses and Elijah. Acts chapter 1, 10, and 11, Jesus is ascending into heaven, and it just says two men in white. Incidentally, at the end of the Gospels, when the angels show up and the ladies appear at the tomb first, they are mentioned as being, quote, men in white. And every angel in your Bible appears as a man. I agree with whomever submitted this question. Peter, James, and John would have probably said, oh, hey, that's Moses and that's Elijah. I remember them from a couple of years ago. It just says two men in white. I would argue that more likely than not, these were two what we know as angelic beings. Now, that being said, we cannot conclude for a fact who or the identity of these two men. It's just two men in white. So you could default to Moses and Elijah, but again, per the question, they would have been noticed, recognized, and probably mentioned. And I would argue that every time Moses and Elijah show up, i.e. Malachi chapter 4, Matthew chapter 17, and Revelation chapter 11, there's usually a very end time kind of drawing things together motif, not a ascension to heaven, which kind of goes along with the empty tomb, which were the angels. But that being said, it is a great question. If you have one, send to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thank you so much for being a part of our daily question here at the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. I want to encourage you on a few things. Number one, if you have a question to ask, submit it to AskJeff.net. Eventually, we'll get around to your question. Secondly, we'd encourage you to subscribe. That way, each and every day, Monday through Friday, you get a reminder of our question of the day. And last but not least, I want to remind you that on Wednesday evenings, live at First Baptist Church of Opelika, FBCOpelika.com, we do a solid hour of Ask Jeff where we dig into the questions more than just 60 or 90 seconds. Sometimes we take the entire hour. All that being said, AskJeff.net is where you submit a question to this channel each and every day, Monday through Friday.